confident I had an A on that paper. I went to the class, turned in my paper, and next Thursday, Professor Richard come back with the essays. He hands back to me the paper, and as I look at the paper, big red number, big red letter, B minus. What? I couldn't believe it. I mean, I had worked so hard on this session for 2 weeks. I looked through the paper, there were some minor corrections, you know, some run-on sentences, some grammar, but that was an A paper. So I waited until the end of the class. I went and talked to him. I said, Professor Richard, what's going on here? Look at my paper. He looked over my paper and he said, let's do this. Take it back, make it better, and bring it back to me. So I did. I was happy. I went back home. Next Tuesday, right before class, I went to the Learning Center, plugged in my flash drive, and made the corrections that he had made on my essay. Real quick, 10 minutes, went back to class, turned in the essay. Next Thursday, he comes back into class, and he hands me the essay, and I received my essay with a smile. I knew I had an A. As I received the paper, big letter, it was a C. I was angry. I was really angry. And I said, Professor Richard, and he said, Senor Ibanez, you wait until the end of the class, and then we'll talk. I don't remember the class, I just remember I was angry. It was a long hour. Very long hour. I thought, this guy doesn't like me. He just doesn't like me. After the class was finally over, I did wait for everyone to leave the classroom, and I went and confronted him. I was very angry. I said, why? You know, that was an A paper, you gave me a B. I made it better and you gave me a C. And I lost in translation here. I was really, really mad. He told me, Senor Ibanez, I gave you a second chance to make the paper better. All you did was the few corrections that I gave you. Now, honestly, do you believe that you deserve anything better than a C? I knew the answer. It is impossible to connect the dots looking forward, but it is quite clear looking backwards today. Professor Compan showed me that reaching both realms of knowledge and understanding is not easy. It takes hard work. It demands constant effort. It demands reading and rereading. It demands writing and rewriting. Only this time, the rewriting has to be better than the writing. Story number 3. Professor Leslie Ware, Political Science. It was love at first sight. I was introduced to Professor Leslie Ware by Yolanda Valenzuela. She inspired me confidence right away. I met her right here. We were coming out of an event. And she inspired me so much confidence that first day. She took me to a cafeteria and sitting down, I just expressed to her my deep anger with the US foreign policy, the American consensus for Latin America, the intervention of Washington-based organizations such as the IMF, WTO, and the World Trade. I was angry about the trade agreements, etc. When I was finally done, she asked me a few questions about what I had just said, and I couldn't answer any of it, because everything that I had said to her was what I had heard on the streets and on TV growing up. She told me that she did not disagree or agree with me, but encouraged me to truly research all circumstances of these policies and organizations, and to do it from different sources to get a better perspective, and thus an informed opinion and conversation. She then said, you should take one of my classes. We can go in depth into all those topics, and I will teach you how to do research. I did take one of her classes, then another, and then another. As my political science professor, political awareness club advisor, mentor, and friend, Professor Ware gave me the resources, the confidence, the curiosity, and the faith to allow me to seek and acquire the truth for myself. This interaction deeply influenced my thoughts, ideas, beliefs, and feelings towards people with different perspectives, towards other nations, and toward policies. It is impossible to connect the dots looking forwards, but it is quite clear looking backwards today. Professor Ware told me that the combined action of my personal experience and education thrive in collaboration. Today, I still do not agree with much of the American foreign policy, the American consensus, or the trade agreements. But I can sure write you a 10-page research paper making a comprehensive case based in facts of why they are not good policy. It is incredible looking at all of you today, and this is improv, because I wrote 3 stories, but there are so many people here to whom I owe so much. Vera, right there, someone I love from the bottom of my heart, helped me so much.
I love you, Vera. And so many people I'm gonna miss, my friends over there, everyone. I look at every face today, and Rita, you know, all this time that she spent with me, and Debbie, and Callie, and everyone, and Mike, when he was at the Learning Center back there, spending long hours with me. And Phyllis, you know, I come into her office without notice, and she would, you know, talk to me. And everyone in this college, and Soraya, that, you know, she will stay until 11 o'clock at night, helping me with my applications. And Professor Bob Lee, that will always smile to me and say hi to me in the hallways. He tried to get me to take one of his classes, and I couldn't, but, you know, I will one day. Education continues to bring me closer to acquiring the tools I need to play a role in promoting responsible thinking, tolerance and awareness both in myself and I hope the international community. Today, I am ready to transfer and pursue a political science degree in international relations with a minor in economics. I have grown from an observer to an explorer seeking a better understanding of the relations among people and nations. I know what I want in life. To become an educated person who has an impact on determining public policies and practices on a local, national, and international level. Today, more than ever, I believe education is what can make this country and all others healthier and better. As I see it, knowledge is the most powerful tool. Knowledge is the key that unlocks the door to peace, the food to nourish the hunger, the currency to stop poverty, and the equalizer that will bring injustice to an end. Knowledge ultimately will end our irrational fears. An educated population will elect politicians who can recognize their own fallibility and use rational thought so that bridges among minority and majority's views are built, and the voices of all can be heard. To close, on Saturday, President Moore asked me and Noel to go out there and find someone, anyone that could benefit from a college education. He then said, get in the phone number of the counseling center and make them call us. In that same line today, I want to encourage each one of you here today to take on an issue, a complex problem, a profound inequality, and become an expert on it. If you make it a vocation, that would be extraordinary, but you don't have to go to that extreme to make an impact. Don't let complexity stop you. For a few hours every week, be activists and take on the big inequalities. As we transfer out, and as we confront the new challenges in life, let's always remember that Cañada College has prepared us to become one of that select number. After all, it has given us the tools and the responsibility to think critically and analytically, to exercise our creativity, to explore ideas and to search out the depths of our hearts and in the limitless horizons of our minds, and to do all this in order to find for ourselves the truth that our generation has to discover. The future is all about us, because we can predict the future simply by making it happen. Thank you very much.